Watch all the latest action of the world's best wingfoilers. Heats on demand, event highlights and exclusive interviews. This is your weekly global sailing highlights show, The World on Water, July 19, 2024. After an exciting, nail-biting, edge-of-our-seats conclusion to the 2024 season, which marked 12 glorious years since the world's leading Grand Prix monohull circuit started in Barcelona in 2012, the 52 Super Series again follows the preferences of its passionate, committed owners in 2024 with an itinerary which is a mix of popular proven locations which offer a good variety of racing conditions. For the first time the circuit visits Newport, Rhode Island.
Welcome back to beautiful Newport, Rhode Island, here in the USA. We're here for the Rolex TP52 World Championship. Everything on the line. We have 10 teams racing from 7 different nations. We have the 7 times world champions, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic.
Yeah, 752 Worlds, so something I'm proud of. The first one in Lanzarote was obviously a big one with Terry, and then each one was special. The one in 2022 with Doug was really good, so each one's a little bit special.
We have Sled, who won one world title, who have been showing so well on these home waters for them, and Platoon Aviation, helmed by Harmuller Speer.
We won 3 world championships in this class, and for me as an amateur driver it's quite a big achievement.
But as we saw last month, any team could win. Vayu had a Dhream victory here last month. Let's see how it plays out. Race 1 breezes 12 to 14 knots, wind angle of 240 degrees, and Vayu, Alpha Plus and Paprec all start off the left-hand side of the line. Doesn't look so good for the first part of the upwind, but the left does come in nicely round the top mark, with Vayu leading from Alpha Plus, Paprec and Platoon coming round the top mark side by side, slightly overlap. But does Vayu keep the lead all the way through? And the second upwind, a nice gain on the left side to Sled, gets them up to second place. Down the final run, will Vayu just hold on under pressure from Sled and Allegra? Through the finish line was a win for Vayu, second place Sled and third Allegra. So breezes down just very slightly for the second race of the day, probably 8 or 9 knots on the start line. Gladiator get off the pin end of the line, lead up to the left to preferred side of the track and go round the top mark with the lead, with Sled and Platoon second and third. Through the leeward gate will Gladiator have gained and are comfortably ahead of Sled and Allegra. Through the finish line is a win for Gladiator. Sled get their second place of the day and Platoon get third, so the regatta leaders are Sled.
Pretty solid day. Mr. Akura arrived last night, and so we did a couple of tacks and jibes with him this morning, and he got locked straight into it. So really pleased with how we were going.
But we got the course figured out yesterday with a 1-2 in practice, but that first race was a little bit of a coming down, but second race we got it right.
So the standings after 2 races at the Rolex TP52 World Championship: leaders are Sled on 4 points, second Allegra on 7 points, and third Value on 8 points. Well, a fantastic first day's racing here in Newport, Rhode Island. Most consistent team today has been Sled, 2 second places, top of the table at the moment, but a long way to go, but great racing. Join us again tomorrow.
Here is the best crashes compilation from Gran Canaria. It's the latest action of the world's best wingfoilers. Heats on demand, event highlights and exclusive interviews, right here. We have a very interesting video from Laura Davies, the weights manager of the Ineos Britannia team. She describes how they handle the weighing and slimming down of their race boat. She goes into all aspects of the crew and boat management.
The weight rules from the America's Cup are defined by the class rules and the measurement procedures. So the yacht needs to fall between 6,200 kilograms and 6,160, so there's a very small window for us to fall in mass. And with regards to centre of gravity, there's a very small window there also. We need to be at 9 metres or 9 metres 35. Everything that we have to weigh in order to meet the weight rule on this yacht is the platform, the hull of the boat, and the systems that we put inside of it, the foils, including the foil arms and wings, the masts and the sails, not forgetting the crew and the equipment that they carry. The design process starts with going through the rule and looking at all the one design components and the rules for weight that's dictated. From that, budgets are defined for the different areas of the yacht. The America's Cup have a measurement committee and they govern throughout the design process, and there are 3 documents that denote our rules and regulations that we have to adhere to. So there's the technical regulations, the class rule and the measurement procedures. And the measurement procedures basically tell us what needs to be measured, the metrics that we need to abide by and when it needs measuring. So throughout the design process, some of the rules may be up for interpretation, and there's a lot back and forth between the measurement committee and the different teams. And then as we get towards testing, we'll be weighing the boat fairly regularly to make sure we're going to hit our measurement target when we get to racing. And then throughout racing, yacht will be weighed quite frequently, and we'll have the measurement committee going around all the teams, making sure that we're going through the measurement procedures and making sure we're hitting all the targets. Throughout the design process, I will be there tracking the data and also giving feedback on some of the designs, maybe looking to alter the architecture of the yacht to hit our values with central gravity and mass. Their sailors have their own weight to manage, so they all have to fall under a certain mass, and if they don't hit their own targets, then we're constrained in crew configuration. The process for moving from design weight, which is calculated weight, to actual weights, it's quite difficult with composites. We initially start with our laminate calculations, then when the parts are made, there's quite a lot of overbuild to take into account with composites, but we weigh the part and we'll trim off, and we'll just literally have to follow the process through. The centre of gravity is an important one to us because there's obviously an optimum position So getting the weight right is super important, not just for rule but for performance. We're constantly looking at the design, trying to figure out ways to alter the architecture, mainly with the systems, and moving it around the yacht to try and hit our target. The systems that go into the yacht are initially calculated and positioned in software that we use, and once they are manufactured and they're bought in, they will be assembled to a certain stage and then they will be weighed before they go in the yacht. So it's quite important that we catch the build on time. Some of the crucial one design parts that we have to put on the yacht are the FCS, the foil arms and the media equipment for race. Each foil arm weighs in at around half a ton. Then we've got the media equipment, which is around 112 kilograms. And then we have the foil can system that weighs in at 343 kilograms. And that system sits in the center of the yacht and controls the foils themselves. Redundancy in the weight is super important. You may have seen in the last cup, American Magic managed to put a hole in their hull. Critical repairs like that will cost us a lot of weight. We need to prepare ourselves for all eventualities. The rules are so bold because they're really quite constraining regarding trying to get a 6-ton yacht into something that's fast, structurally sound, and something that's going to break history. It's incredibly challenging for everyone in the team, but the aim is to win the America's Cup.
There are less than 120 days to go to the start of the 2024 Vendi Globe. Boris Herman will take the start of his second Vendi Globe. And we will be with him, so are you ready for more? More racing, more ocean data, more climate action, more stories? To be part of the adventure, starting on the 10th of November, keep watching your weekly sailing highlights show, The World on Water. Last Vendi Globe race we uploaded 63 daily reports and had 1,288,000 views when the boss lost the plot doing the counting. All reports are in English. So subscribe to this channel now.
The Vendi Globe is about conquering challenges and digging deep within myself, finding the power to overcome anything. It has become my everyday motor, my fear, my childhood dream. It has become my life. It is in the details, the planning and mitigating the risks. It involves taking responsibility for tough decisions alone, trusting my instincts and overcoming fear. For 3 months, I will be alone in the most hostile places on our planet, racing as hard as I can. But I am carried by the energy of so many who share the same spirit in a much wider sense. While broadcasting live from the boat, I will bring the public to the most remote parts of the ocean, including children who will follow our educational program. This race advances ocean and climate science by providing crucial data from the vastly undersampled southern oceans and highlights the climate action undertaken by our partners. I'm inspired by those who, just like us, refuse to accept no, strive to make the impossible possible, and strongly believe in the incredible things we can achieve together. Because no matter what, however this human and technological adventure ends, this is a race we can win. It is a race we must win. This is what the Vendi Globe means to me.
Official highlight day 8, medal race day. Light winds made it into yet another slalom racing day. The U19 classes completed their full medal series, the U17 fleets completed their quarter and semifinals, and we crowned our new U19 men and women and girls and boys U17 European champions. Watch this video to see all the highlights.
Good morning and welcome to the final day of the 2024 iQFOIL Youth and Junior European Championships. The whole week has led up to this moment where the top 10 in each fleet will race it out through quarterfinals, semi-finals and through to that grand final where we will be determining our 2024 European Championships. There will be drama, there will be action, so let's see what happens on the water.
Becoming the European champion right after the school, it's fantastic.
okay, I'm feeling just amazing. I'm exhausted. It was also, if it was a slalom race, it was really long. It was really hard. We had to pump it all. It was amazing.
It was certainly a light and gusty day here, making for some very challenging conditions. But it was still both Italians dominating today, managing to take those European titles. In the men, it was Leonardo Tomasini, and in the women, it was Medea Falcioni. It was a slightly different story in the under-17s. They didn't manage to complete their grand final, so we go back to those original rankings. In the under-17 women, it was Maria Rudovic taking that title, and in the men, it was Kilian Manhaval. And that brings to a close this amazing 8 days long European Championships here in Embrun. It's been absolutely amazing. Everyone has had an awesome time. And we are so excited to continue following all the stories of these young riders, and we'll see you in the next one.
The French Orient Express racing team have released their recap of what happened in the month of June.
À gérer, c'est l'énergie disponible, qui nous est mise à disposition par les cyclistes. Les V8, c'est exceptionnel, déjà parce que c'est que des athlètes de très haut niveau dans leur catégorie, dans leur discipline. Et du coup, les avoir ici, avoir un œil neuf, en plus ils viennent de sports à dominante très physique, donc on a pas mal de choses à apprendre de leur part. Et puis ensuite, c'est rafraîchissant parce qu'ils n'ont jamais fait de voile de leur vie et ils commencent direct sur un AC75, donc c'est fabuleux de voir leur réaction. Et c'est assez marrant d'échanger avec eux, d'avoir une communication pas que avec les marins pendant la course, mais aussi d'encouragement ou de demande vis-à-vis des cyclistes. Et on a des combattants à bord et moi je me régale, c'est génial de sentir cette énergie qu'on avait un peu perdue sur le lek, la dimension un peu physique.
Je peux le remettre là. Là maintenant avec les 4 cyclistes à bord, c'est notre dynamique et c'est assez sympa. C'est très important ce qu'ils font Team Olive de faire le lien entre nous et les cyclistes derrière pour savoir s'ils sont dans le rouge ou pas, ou aussi juste pour travailler sur comment eux nous fournissent l'énergie et les réglages pour être le plus performant possible. Et là, récemment, on passe plus sur la performance du bateau et on commence à vraiment enchaîner des naves où on essaie de tester des choses sur l'eau et aussi de voir comment ça se passe avec les autres. Et ça va de mieux en mieux et on a beaucoup progressé depuis le début. Le bateau est bien plus lourd que le AC40 et bien plus long aussi. Pour la position de flight controller, par moment, c'est vrai que ça peut être plus facile, mais ça demande d'être plus précis pour vraiment aller vite. Si on n'est pas au target, on voit que le bateau il ralentit pas mal. Donc même si c'est stable, il faut qu'on aille chercher les petits centimètres qui va faire un bon perf. Donc c'est intéressant. On essaye d'enchaîner de plus en plus des manœuvres et aussi de commencer à faire des départs. C'est vrai que ça demande un autre travail, surtout avec les cyclistes et les gestions d'énergie. Donc là, on commence à faire de plus en plus des courses virtuelles ou avec des buoys sur l'eau. Et aussi voir comment les tactical tools et les outils qu'on a pour les régates se comportent sur l'eau. On essaie de prendre l'opportunité qu'on a parce qu'on a un super bateau, on a une super équipe. Et maintenant, l'ambiance est juste incroyable d'avoir tous les bateaux sur l'eau, tous les 75. Tu vois que la tension commence à monter et on a trop envie pour que ça commence maintenant.
Ensuite, les régates d'entraînement, il ne faudra pas se prendre la tête. C'est des régates où on veut se jauger, où on veut aussi voir les forces et faiblesses des autres, parce qu'il y a des designs différents. Il y a forcément des bateaux qui seront plus à l'aise quand il n'y aura pas de vent, quand il y aura beaucoup de vent. C'est un peu ça le programme, essayer de rendre le bateau de plus en plus fiable, permettre aux cyclistes d'avoir un maximum d'énergie disponible et puis à nous d'être sereins pour naviguer autour des bouées et être concentrés sur la tactique et stratégie. On a fait beaucoup d'heures de nav avec pas mal de temps passé sur les foils. On a pu aussi commencer à faire des croisements avec les autres et il y a des bonnes nouvelles. Donc Je pense que c'est plutôt très positif. Il y a évidemment encore beaucoup de choses à faire et on doit se hisser au niveau. Mais franchement, ce qu'on a vu la semaine dernière, c'est super positif.
The 100-mile channel crossing between the tip of the Cotentin Peninsula and West Shambles, in the south of England, was over in 3 hours for the largest boat in the fleet, the Mod 70, Gran Energy, who then tacked along the British coast to pass the Wolf Rock Lighthouse, in the southwest of England, shortly before midday on Tuesday. Just before rounding the mark, skipper Eric Defer explained in a video. It was a pretty rough night as we tacked along the south coast of England, with lots of waves and very short seas, so we are looking forwards to bearing away after Wolf Rock.
Aujourd'hui, on est sur le prologue de la Dhream Cup qui a pour but non seulement de montrer un petit peu la voile à tous les cherbourgeois, faire une petite parade, et qui a surtout pour but d'emmener des enfants avec le projet Rêve de large, qui est en fait une opération qui permet d'emmener des enfants qui n'ont pas l'opportunité de naviguer, de découvrir la voile sur des bateaux de course.
Ah, j'ai hâte. C'est ce qu'on fait une fois dans notre vie comme ça. C'est
on est obligé d'avoir
le meilleur truc qu'on peut faire.
Je suis plutôt excitée. Je pense que ça va être super bien de découvrir comment ça va se passer. Je vais l'année prochaine, je vais faire de la voile pour être plus tard quand même.
Il faut simplement que le vent vienne, parce que là, tu sais, c'est aussi une grande qualité chez les marins, c'est la patience.
Le marin propose et la météo dispose. Or aujourd'hui, il n'y avait pas du tout de vent. Donc on avait fait un scénario avec une hypothèse où le vent se lève un petit peu et on donne un départ et on fait une vraie course et une remise de prix. Et puis une alternative, un plan B, où il n'y a pas de vent, eh bien on va quand même sur la ligne de départ, on fait les procédures de départ et puis finalement on a annulé la course et mis en place une procédure de parade.
Moi, n'ayant presque jamais fait de bateau à voile, c'était une très bonne expérience, surtout avec des aussi belles personnes.
Je pense que c'est une journée positive, même s'il n'y a pas eu de régate, même s'il n'y a pas eu vraiment de voile. En tout cas, je pense que c'était une journée sympathique.
L'objectif, c'est toujours la victoire, ouais, complètement. Comme toujours, quand on part sur une course, on a envie d'être devant, on a envie de gagner. Après, voilà, il y a un peu de concurrence et puis il y a une météo assez compliquée avec plein de systèmes météo différents, des phases de molle, des phases avec un peu de vent, du portant, du près, il va y avoir un peu de tout. Donc on va rester vigilant pour essayer de ne pas se faire surprendre en fait et essayer d'avoir toujours un coup d'avance.
Normalement, je navigue en IMOCA qui fait la coast un peu plus océanique. Pour cette course, je navigue en Sunfast 33, équipage en double. Je navigue avec quelqu'un avec très haut niveau, c'est Jonathan McKee. Il est un Américain qui a gagné les médailles de Jeux olympiques dans l'année 2000. Et je pense ensemble qu'on peut faire une belle course.
C'est un trimaran mode 70, on navigue à 7 à bord, donc on navigue entre 15 et 20 nœuds, donc effectivement pour nous, on est 2 à 3 fois plus rapide que les autres bateaux. Tu vois, on peut estimer une arrivée sur les coups de mercredi matin, quoi.